Sports confirmation, Aon Racing, Stan Nisbet in his first UCI Downhill World Cup finals will get us underway. Williamson, Tyler Waite, the two Yeti riders lying astern there, mid-pack. Asa Vermette in there, Alren, Clark, Till Alren. Hectic qualifying session yesterday. If you get a chance, check out Innes Graham's photo of Max Alren scrubbing that roller low down the track on the UCI Mountain Bike World Series social media accounts. It's about as flat as it's possible to get a bike. Loudenvielle Peyragu awaits.
It's good, man, it's good.
Stan Nisbet just getting to the...
You said 20.
Not.
And there's drama at the top here, as it looks like Stan Nisbet's missed his start time. We saw the bike just being delivered to him by Fraser McCubbin, his mechanic, and that is an absolute disaster if we are going to see Stan Nisbet not start here in Loudenvielle Peyragu for Aon Racing. Hudson Tarling from Australia is going to get us underway instead, and bitter disappointment for Stan Nisbet. But here is Tarling. In the Australian national jersey, giving us a first look here in the junior men's race off this top section on the Santa Cruz V10. As we rejoin Tarling as he swings off that top straight. Across that road.
We had to fix it.
And there's the effect of what that
get away from these guys that are shouting at us.
missed. Start time apologies if you heard any bad language there. Emotions running high at the top, as you would expect. Missed start time for Stan Nisbet. Experienced mechanic Fraser McCubbin had the arm around him there, so bitter disappointment, but there'll be plenty more of him for one of the most talented racers to come out of the UK in a long time. Nisbet, a lot of talk around what he might be capable of on the world stage. 39 seconds to the first split then for Hudson Tarling. And there's that really tricky entrance into that left-hand berm. Berm really sits up on you. Forcing the riders up. Oh, just nails the edge of that gap. It's a huge pull to get across there. Hudson Tarling looking good here so far. Won the RockShox downhill. Crankworks and Cairns earlier on this year. Was 8th at the Oceania Continental Champs, 1:37 at the second split. Tarling. See just the energy being thrown back into the rider from the bike, and you can see just how blown out and loose it's getting around that berm, crumbling in front of our very eyes. Doesn't go for the big gap. There's been a group of lads camped out there all week long with scorecards and a big cooler of beers. Definitely think of worse ways to spend a day here in Loudenvielle Peyragu. Hudson Tarling. It's looked good so far. Tarling gives us our benchmark time then with a 3:25.5. You see him just stretching his hands out straight away. Next up, Felix Griffiths for the Santa Cruz Syndicate. Great to see the Syndicate back in the hunt in junior men's racing. Josh Bryceland, one of the huge names formerly of that parish, raced juniors for them. Oh, and there's that massive hole that we saw in the junior women's race, just pushed the front wheel of Felix Griffiths out the wrong way. He's staying down here, Griffiths. I just hope he's all right. I wonder, he sat up initially straight away, but hopefully just winded. Yep, looks to be moving under his own steam. So just for a bit of context then, 3 minutes 17.8 Till Halloran, fastest qualifier from yesterday. 3:25.5 currently sat in the hot seat, so plenty of time up there left on the strength of yesterday. Temperatures well down, but track still bone dry. As we see Noah Hurst Walker on course currently. 2.1 up as well, the fourth split, Hurst Walker. This is going to be a good time aboard the GT Fury for the British rider. Across the line, 2.6 seconds faster than Tarling though, so. There is Felix Griffiths, just had an torrid day so far for the Santa Cruz Syndicate. He's all right, which is great to see. Yeah, problems for Eliana Husselbosch, problems for Griffiths. Junior racing, tough business. Here's Benny Duvall, though, the Canadian. Young man, really highly rated by Aaron Gwynn and Nico Mullally, actually. In terms of being highly rated, those are two of the biggest names you need to impress. Canadian rider on the Frameworks racing bike, so he was green at split 2, but he's gone back to 1.3 now at split 4. Horrible noise as the bike came off that drop there. Oh, gets crossed up, just about gets round the corner. Benny Duvall, hands right in towards the stem, really unique style, turns left, crosses the line. Duvall goes second by 1 second. Interesting run that was, up and down, back and forth around the lead of the race for the whole of the run. As next up, Rico Moibo from Estonia. Another Santa Cruz V10. Still a real privateer classic, the V10. After all these years. 20 seconds back at the second split, so I wonder if there's been an issue for Moibo. Just having a look, see if we can see anything wrong with the bike. Doesn't look to be. So we're yet to see that gap taken on and conquered today, but I dare say we'll see it done relatively soon. Junior men's, after all. 23.3 back at the third split for Moibo. 24.3 now for the Estonian. Only Estonian on the entry list, but made it through the finals. There's your top 3 at the minute. Hurst, Walker, Duvall, Tarling. Across the line, 25 seconds back. Frustrated with himself, but next up we have George Madley, and it is great to see this young man take the start. Had an absolutely horrible looking crash in practice. Could have been so much worse for Madley. A big crash here last year actually as well. 900ths of a second. First split. 18.4 at the second though, so we have to see what that will add up to by the time he gets to the ball. British national champion Madley on that Atherton bike. First gearbox bike we've seen on course today. Madley ducks down. Again, not taking that big gap on. 19.1 back at the third split, so maybe a little slide out somewhere. .19 at fourth split for George Madley. He's not going to challenge that time. His compatriot Noah Hurst-Walker, a 3:22.9. So we're still well outside that fastest quality time of 3:17.8 by Till Alren yesterday. Next up, out of the start block then, Malik Boatwright from New Zealand. And he's faster by 0.7 of a second, Malik Boatwright. This could be a really, really good time for Boatwright here as he heads down and crosses the line. Goes fastest by 0.07 of a second ahead of Noah Hurst-Walker. Hurst-Walker, big smile. Plenty of respect to Boatwright for that run. Kasper Hickman's up next from Finland, aboard the Cube machine. Hickman, really big, tall, physical rider. .2.1 back at the third split for Hickman though. Not what he would have wanted. A lot of work to do and not much track to do it in. Off the drop. Floats left. And now into the chute. This is going to be good from Hickman, but is it going to be good enough? Fourth place, 2.1 seconds then. Next up, Omri Danon, young Israeli. For Commensal Schwalbe by Lesor. That team really grown in stature, clatters a pole on the way through. Danon. For a rider that used to specialise in young young French riders. Now a full international roster, Americans, Israelis. Keeping Cedric Ravenel busy. Oh, Danon, so good to watch, so aggressive at the front wheel. Really flirts with disaster throughout his run. Sends the roost flying in that left-hander, not scared whatsoever of these conditions. Bodie Burke we're watching, excuse me, sorry. We have cut the run of Bodie Burke, floats across the gap. Burke, 4.4 seconds at the third split. Look at the time Burke has unearthed. Through sheer aggression through here. My apologies to Bodie Burke for getting his name wrong, but he's obviously in a hurry to get down here. He's 5.9 seconds faster than that hot seat time that was set by the rider in front of him, Omri Danon. Has to force the bike hard right there and open the track right up in order to avoid disaster. But he's not going to avoid the hot seat here. Bodie Burke crosses the line and goes 6.1 faster. The first rider to dip under that fastest qualifying time from yesterday. There's Cedric Ravenel. Jack Piercy liking what he sees as well. His teammate 3:17.8. And that is for a young rider. What a run. And Max Commensal down at the bottom celebrating with him. Not a bad man to impress in this sport. Zach Bradley Hudson now from Australia. For Team High Country. So, this junior men's race got underway with drama. Stan Nisbet not being able to take to the start, bike arriving late. And the times are now starting to fall below those off the qualifying session yesterday. Zach Bradley Hudson just outside that hot seat time. Woody Burke makes it into the hot seat. Next up, Lorenzo Mascarini, the Italian. We rejoin his run live. Mascarini, 10.7 seconds back at the third split. 13.7 back now. Fourth split for the Italian. Mascarini into 9th place, 15.3 seconds back on that staggering time of Bodie Burke. Bodie Burke's absolutely smashed that run as we head to Rory Meek. One of the Meek brothers. Meek boys racing make a long trek over to Europe from New Zealand every year to take on the UCI World Cups. 4 seconds back at the third split for Rory. Oh, nearly completely overshoots that road gap. And just get his ducks in the line before the shoot. Rory Meek looking good here. Second place. And that gives you an idea of that run from Burke. 5.6 back. Second place. But here comes one of the danger men, Jonty Williamson for Yeti Fox. Williamson was so good in Bielsko-Biała last time out. Ended up 4th there. Leaves the star hut. Bodie Burke went 11 seconds faster than he did in qualifying to set that hot seat time. So not only a big run by the competition standards, a huge run by his, and it was all in that middle part of the track as well. So let's find out what Jonty Williamson has got for him. It's 1.9 seconds back. Context as well, that is the fastest time of anybody this week, which currently has Bodie Burke sat in the hot seat. There he goes, floats the gap, Williamson. And that hole in the middle of that left-hander that follows it is getting bigger and bigger. It's turning into a tank trap. Williamson 5.3 seconds back at the third split, 6.3 now. He's lost another second, so Bodie Burke has done something absolutely remarkable in those middle woods. Williamson making this part of the course as straight as he can. Gets down, cross the line in 7th place, 7 seconds back off Burke. And we started this race wondering how tightly packed the junior men would end up in the top 3, but Burke has absolutely destroyed them. 3rd place, that top 3 covered by 6.1 seconds. Here's Tyler Waite, though, one of the big powerhouses of this format. And this run, barring disaster, will give us a good benchmark for how long that time is going to stand for Bodie Burke. He hasn't got the job done yet. Yeah, 1.1 Waite, just as I say that. Tyler Waite looking so smooth, so fluid through here. Second place in Bielsko-Biała for the rider on your screen now, Tyler Waite. So there is your top 5. Burke, Meek, Denon, Boatwright, Hurst, Walker. 5.6 seconds separating first and second place. Here in Loudenvielle, Peyragu, Tyler Waite, 0.3 of a second faster at the third split. Had to do a bit of crisis management off the gap, but managed to get it done. Maybe just saw the big hole in that turn coming at him and knew there was an evasive manoeuvre called for. Yeti Fox been in the wars this morning slightly, having another pit broken into last night, but nothing of any big value taken, thankfully. Oh, Tyler Waite skimming off that roller. Getting both wheels down. Here he comes. Is this going to be the new fastest hot seat time? Are we going to have a new leader? Tyler Waite goes second by 0.5 of a second. Bodie Burke survives one of the big names. But here is the biggest, perhaps, of the big names. Asa Vermette, the man they're all talking about, the reigning UCI Junior Downhill World Champion for Frameworks Racing. Newly re-signed till 2028 with Nico Malali's squad. Martin Whiteley involved as well, making sure this young man has all the support and guidance he needs to make his elite debut, but just got swapped up in a rut there. Front wheel got away, and look, he was 3.7 seconds green. Asa Vermette back on the bike. How much time has he lost there? And can he get this run back underway? Because it was good. Had a nightmare here last season with a huge crash up top. Had cleared that particular section. Asa Vermette now into recovery mode. Is the bike all right? Has he got time for a quick internal systems check to get this run back underway? What is the third split going to tell us? How much time did he lose with that crash? The clue to it at the bottom. 2.2 back for Asa Vermette. Bitter disappointment for the junior world champion. Crucially, looks to be fit and healthy, although probably running on 100% adrenaline at the minute. Let's see where he can manage to salvage a place, though. 3 up after this. Ulrun, Clark and Ulrun. 3 seconds back, Vermette at split 4. Oh, Asa Vermette, what could have been? He was putting together one of those magical runs, as only Asa can do. Crosses the line, 3.0, 3.2 pack. Manuals all the way into the finish area. Bodie Burke survives another one. Here we go, watch the front wheel. Just found something there. Sent them left, sent them right, and then down. Max Ulrun with the green jersey of the UCI World Cup overall points leader. Oh, finds a straight line in the middle of that triple. Ulren. Big, powerful, oh so fast. Commensal muck off by riding addiction, locked out the elite top steps. Yesterday's qualifying session, and it was this man's younger brother who won them the junior men's. 3 out of 4 fastest times in qualifying, going to the French squad at their first home race of the year. Look how fast Max Ulren is going across this top section. And what the split's going to tell us, I can tell you, they're going to say he's oh so fast. 1 second at split 2. Green for Max Ulren. Are we going to see that time of Bodie Burke topple at last? Burke's been getting comfortable in that hot seat, but the next 3 riders will test him. Here's where Asa Vermette had his drama. No problem for Max Ulren. Junior men's downhill, so competitive. Vermette at the bottom with Nico Mullally. Mullally comforting his star rider. Certainly one of his star riders. That team getting bigger every year. Ulren looking good here though. What's the third split going to tell us? As he heads towards it now, Max Ulren is 0.2 of a second back on Bodie Burke, so that is the sector. Sector 3, where Bodie Burke has done the damage. Max Commensal watching on the big screen at the finish line as ever engrossed in the racing, so he's lost 1.2 seconds in the woods. And you can bet that the elite riders will be taking note of that time. Bodie Burke risked it all in those woods and has come up with something absolutely scintillating. Here comes Ulren towards the finish. Has he managed to eke any more time out of the hillside here? Loudenvielle Peyragu goes third. 0.6 of a second back. Tyler Waite survives. His time 5.3, sorry, excuse me, 0.53 back on the hot seat time. Next up, Ollie Clark from New Zealand for MS Racing on that zeroed gearbox bike. Was third last time out in Bielsko-Biała. Clark has a really, really difficult job on his hands. Just had the misfortune generationally to be in there with the 2 Ulren bowlers and Asa Vermette in this category, but Ollie Clark looking more and more at home on that stacked MS Racing roster. Very, very busy pit. Marcus Stuckel's side made the swap to the Kiwi brand zeroed. So it's Burke, Waite, Ulren, Vermette and Meek, your top 5 at the minute this off-season. And it's working out for them. Tehuto Ariki Pene, he's 1.6 faster here, Ollie Clark. So Ollie Clark now in the lead off the race, on course for the time being. But this is where Bodie Burke was so explosive. Through there safely. Can Ollie Clark match what Bodie Burke managed to put together in that woods section? This is the all-important split from that run of Burke, who watches on. All he can do is watch now. Burke. And he's 0.2 of a second back. So he has lost time, but it's not much to Burke. If Clark can box cleverly through these next section, Maybe, just maybe, as he drifts out, I just wonder, yeah, I thought I heard a rattle there. It looks like the rear tyres cried no more. Oh, bitter disappointment for Ollie Clark. Shakes the head. Oh, the fish was in the boat for Ollie Clark, but couldn't get the job done. Suffers an agonising mechanical. He had been absolutely devastating across the top of the track and was in touch through that all-important middle section. He's just tagged the back wheel somewhere as we look at some slow-mos of Max Allren. Here comes his brother. The last man leaves the Star Hut, Till Allren. Fastest in qualifying yesterday. Can Till get himself his first UCI Downhill World Cup win here and get Commensal muck off by Riding Addictions Day off to the kind of start they would have been dreaming of last night? Fastest in junior men's, fastest in elite women, fastest in elite men's qualifying. Till Allren goes all the way to the inside of that rut. Really inventive, really creative rider, and maybe he just calculated that it wasn't worth the risk of taking that big rut that was crumbling all day long yesterday. We rejoin the run live. And let's see how it's stacking up on the splits. Till Allren then, half a second back on the hot seat time off Bodie Burke. And he's now just 1/100th of a second back. But this is approaching the part of the track where Bodie Burke was absolutely electric. Till Allren, though, easily amongst the most technically gifted riders at any UCI Downhill World Cup, regardless of age bracket. And he's going to have to take this on extremely aggressively if he wants to beat that time of Burke. His brother Max has been so successful last season. Just be great to see Till starting to make good on his own promise. Rounds that left-hander safely. Allren, what's the third split going to tell us here? Style reminiscent of Hugo Frixelon. Knees in, elbows out. Doesn't do the big gap, so he's 0.8 of a second back. But that is... Oh, scrubbed that a little too deep. Had to get the back wheel down first. Does so, though. He's in touch here, Allren. That may have been enough damage limitation. But he's going to have to be silky smooth towards the line. Allren, fastest qualifier yesterday, has found the 10th, so it's 7/10 now. The difference between him, Bodie Burke. Burke can hardly watch in the hot seat. Here comes Till Allren into the chute off the Red Bull gap. Till Allren can see the finish line in his sights. Is he going to do it? Allren crosses the line and goes fourth. Bodie Burke just won a UCI Downhill World Cup. A well-deserved win it was too. Allren looks back up the track, what might have been, but take absolutely nothing away from Bodie Burke. Commensal Schwalbe by Lesor have a win again. Commensal muck off by Riding Addiction. Begin the debrief. There's the two brothers. Meanwhile, though, it's another French squad. The French teams have their first win of the day, but it's come from an American rider, Bodie Burke. Jack Piercy loving what he saw there. Let's watch it back. And it's through here. Watch this from Burke. Danced, cajoled, pushed that Commensal through there. Round that left-hander was as aggressive as anyone has hit that all week long. And that is the fastest time of the week so far, a 3:16.6. Cody Burke gets a UCI downhill World Cup win for the USA here in France. Big push. From the young American rider. Burke then takes the win from Tyler Waite. Half a second back, and then it was Allren, Vermette, Meek. Yes, so Vermette, you win championships on your bad days, and not an ideal result for him. But certainly managed to at least save a handful of points.
We're all lost for words. Congratulations. What a run. That was the fastest time that anyone has ever come down that track. Tell us about how that feels.
Oh, I'm so happy. I just didn't expect that. I had a huge crash this morning, and yeah, I'm just so happy to make it down and do that. It's just amazing for me. I just can't wait.
How did you make up 11 seconds? So you made up 11 seconds since qualifying. Tell us about it.
I took it easy in qualifying, but I'm like, 11 seconds is going to be a stretch, but somehow it happened, so I'm so stoked.
It wasn't just 11 seconds, though. It was the fastest time of the day. Yeah. Come on, well done.
Oh, thank you so much.
Cody Burke. Max Allren takes the win then. Sorry, excuse me. Max Allren leads the way in the standings, I should say.